Let's go over the grid then for Mini X30 because they'll be round in a flash. Macaulay Bishop, can he win Kartmasters this year? Let's find out with Leo Robinson alongside Cameron Pratt-Thompson and Eden Spanswick. Don't count any of these drivers out. It could go to anyone. Wesley Swain and Jack Hobson on the third row with Thomas Behrman and Lewis Bird on row 4. Fred Green and Charlie Morrison-Jones on row 5 with Joey Brown and Thomas Cucurullo-Yeomans on row number 6. Jack Cunningham and Finn Leslie on row 7 with Jack Mowat and Connor Grant on row 8. Isaac Phelps and Harry Redding on row 9 with Mason Rudman and Marley Parejo on row 10. Taylor Orridge and Miles Turnbull on row 11 with Tommy Harfield and Hardy Bamassi, the 44, starting on row 12. Brandon Truman and Freddie Lloyd on the 13th row with Harrison Crowther rounding out the grid on row 14.
And I don't think we've got Freddie Lloyd or Harrison Crowther with us for this race. Three very fast drivers towards the back of Bamassi, Tommy Harfield, Taylor Orridge. Watch for them to come forward. Oh, this is going to be an absolute barnstormer again. It's a false start. It's a false start. And again, on the social media side of things, the chats, you know, we're saying we've got people cheering on Leo Robinson, people cheering on Macaulay Bishop, people cheering on Jack Hobson, people cheering on, you know, all, you know, every front runner has got their thing, and you know, every front runner, there's nerves, there's excitement, there's adrenaline, there's focus, you know, all going on. And there's Hardy Bamassi going through, the number 44 Evolve Motorsport driver. We wait to see, well, he becomes the 5th Kartmasters champion in Mini X30. Georgi Dimitrov won in 2017. Josh McLean won in 2018, Ollie Greenall won in 2019, and Ethan Simmons won last year. Leo Robinson, with the number 2 kart, finished second in last year's British Mini X30 Championship. Macaulay Bishop, number 68, won last year's iArmy Cadet British Championship. So we've got the experience against the youth. Well, they're both youthful, but I mean, Robinson and Fusion, second year in the class. Bishop and Pullman Racing, first year in the class. Now the lights are out. No, they're not. They're yellow again. Now I have
careful. That's too
I was going to say, so Macaulay Bishop, yeah, tell the story, DJ, tell the story.
Well, if you didn't join us on the earlier days in some of the heats, Mini X30, Macaulay Bishop and Hardy Bamassi starting on the front row with 3 false starts. The red flag came out. They stopped the grid. Nigel Edwards with his clipboard shook it with
not
fierce.
The clipboard.
Not anything.
Not the clipboard. Oh no.
Macaulay Bishop went to the back of the grid. Hardy Bamassi retired from the race before the race started. But Macaulay came back to win that heat.
Nigel Edwards has just given Macaulay Bishop the finger.
Oh. Not
that finger, the number 1 finger, the index finger, saying you've got one more chance, me old chestnut, to get this one right. Now, Fast Freddie Lloyd is at home eating crisps, according to his mum, Rebecca. Well, I hope there's salt and vinegar, Fred. A nice pack of water, salt and vinegar. Unfortunately, he had engine issues, so that is his race weekend done. He'll be back. He's from a fast family, is young Fred, and he'll be back. He'll be back. Now, we wait again. Bishop's got to get it right this time. He's got to get it right this time. He has got it right this time. Lights are out. We're off and racing.
Miles Turnbull with an issue.
Oh, the
He's
spin.
going backwards. Charlie Morrison-Jones is off as well.
Superb 360 spin from Charlie Morrison-Jones there. He kept it pinned. He's dropped to the back, but he's still in with a shot.
Yeah, that was an interesting start. Not the easiest way around turn 1, but certainly it's one way of doing it. Down the hill they go. Defensive in the background. One of the KR Sport karts as well from Strawberry as they go into the braking zone. Macaulay Bishop leading the way as down the inside goes Leo Robinson to take back 3rd place. Hobson up into 4th.
And here comes Wesley Swain now trying to battle the number 333 car of Ethan Spanswick, the Anglo-Moldovan driver, onto the back straight. Into body game corner we go. There's the MLC Motorsport number 6 of Jack Hobson. Cosmic Chassis, the driver from Rotherham, has his eyes on the front now. It is out of the Mike Wilson complex. Through final corner onto the start-finish straight. Bishop leads. Cameron Pratt-Thompson in second place. Well, I've got to say, coming into the season, Bishop was the star and Pratt-Thompson was mid-grid. Cameron Pratt-Thompson has found some pace halfway through this karting year and is taking it to the team leader at Paul Munn Racing, and he's going to work with him, but he looks like he's quicker than him. But here comes Leo Robinson back at them both in third position.
Yep, indeed, as they go round the hairpin again in towards hairpin 2. Two groups of 3 starting to form now at the front as the rest of the field in the background are concertinaing up. Through they go into the S's, and again, just side by side as they go through, starting to form a train as the 60 comes through.
That is Finn Leslie, the Mad Croc, taking an absolute bite out of the competition there. See what I did? Number 51 was one of the karts that, now that is Fred Green on the Strawberry Racing kart. He's on the entry list as number 15, but he's using number 51. And his dad, Anthony, do something about the clouds, please. I don't like those grey clouds. Can you please sort it out? Thank you.
I'll do my very best.
And there's a yellow flag waving going under the bridge out onto the banking. Somebody has obviously parked in the grass or on the inside. Let's look at the leaders. It is who has not come through the first sector. Do you know what?
Battenberg flag has come out. Race has been neutralised.
And I think it's Fred Green. His dad Jamie's racing in the Spa 24 hours this weekend, I believe. The Battenberg flags are out. So this is a pace car situation. So Macaulay Bishop effectively becomes the pace car. Single file, he leads them round. Now this does give drivers that have been caught up in an incident, like the number 18 of Marley Pareo, like the number 35 of Isaac Phelps, a chance to close in. Now, we're not seeing the incident. I don't know what happened. There has obviously been an incident. There is a medic over there with the driver just to make sure he's okay. It's a very fast part of the circuit. Now, across the line they come. The order. Bishop, Robinson, Pratt-Thompson, Spanswick, Hobson, Swain, Bird, Orridge, Leslie and Brown, your top 10. Then it's Cunningham, Behrman, Mowat, Harfield, Yeomans, Mimasi, Grant, Rudman, Turnbull. Reading is 20th, then it is Truman, Morrison, Jones, Pareo, Phelps and Fred Green, sadly out of the race, and the marshals and the paramedics are there just with the driver at the moment. We remain under a Battenberg flag. 11 minutes to go in this Mini X30 final. This is a reset, Anthony.
Yeah, it's a reset, and you know, while we're in this sort of reset moment, why don't we take a look back at some of the heats that happened over the 2 days. Of course, we talk about Macaulay Bishop. He had a fantastic set of heats. He qualified first. He had three of his heats was a race win, third in his 4th heat as well. Leo Robinson, he had a 2nd, a 5th, 2 seconds as well, so very consistent. But that one race, that 5th one, that's what gave him those 11 points. But he was still clear by some 13 points from Thomas Yeomans, because he had 24 points with an 8th, a 3rd, a 7th and a 6th place finish. But it's all going to turn into this one here. 10 minutes left of the race, but like you see there, Battenberg flag out still. The race still under caution.
Now Taylor Orridge, we said he was one to watch in the number 66 kart. He is already into 8th position after starting on the 11th row of the grid. So from 21st to 8th for Taylor Orridge in kart number 66, one of the Mad Croc karts. The clock still ticks away. The laps still tick by. This is now lap number 5. You can see the smoke coming out of the karts. That's obviously the engine and the fuel mix are running rich, because obviously they're not going at a very fast speed. So the drivers have got to try to stop the engine from oiling up. We're still under a Battenberg flag situation. Now, obviously, Fred Green, hope that Fred is okay. The good thing is that the ambulance is there, that hasn't moved. There's a paramedic with Fred, so yeah, that's obviously just whatever has happened there, the incident out of our sight. You know, just being tended to. 9 minutes to go. And of course, as a driver, what's going through your mind? Well, you've just got to focus. You know, you get amped up for 15 minutes. No one ever expects a Battenberg flag or a race stoppage. You expect to go and then, you know, have 15 all-out intense minutes. There's some of the junior drivers. Sam Shaw in the middle there, looking on one of the keenly on that, and some of the premium karting teammates watching that. Oh, there's Spike in the grey. He's had a good winter. Spike has. They wait, and we still the Battenberg flag. Now, of course, you know, we don't want to speculate. Anthony, you're pointing at me. That means you have something to say.
Well, just talking about, of course, with Mini X30 with this, you know, we talk about some of the last years and the previous winners that we talked about as well. You've got them on your piece of paper. Mini X30 last year, Ethan Simmons as well, running with EPAC this time around.
Yep.
You know, he's moved up a class, hasn't he?
Yes, he's now in junior lunatic.
Yep. Yeah, he is. And then when you go back to 2019 as well, Oliver Greenall. Now he's also moved. It's all these drivers that race in the Mini X30. It's a popular class.
Yep.
It's got more popular throughout the years as well, and this definitely its most popular year. Which is excellent to see.
Biggest grid in Mini X30 yet.
Yeah.
Oh, 7 3/4 minutes ago. This is a lengthy Battenberg flag, I have to say.
It is. It's the longest I've seen.
Yeah. Now, of course, the karts, the drivers, they will have had their kart setup. They would have had a certain amount of fuel in the kart. They would have had their pressures in the kart. This is going to disrupt the setup and the handling of the karts, because, you know, drivers that have had their tyres pressurized to maybe come on at the end of the race, they're going to be, you know, thinking, come on, we've got to get going, because my tyres are going to take X amount of laps to come up to temperature. They're going to be vulnerable. There are drivers that maybe started the race thinking to themselves, oh, I think we overcooked the pressures and I think my tyres are overheating. They're going to be saying, great, take our time, because, you know, my tyres are going to have more life left in them. We've been under the Battenberg flag now for several minutes. We're on lap number 7. And Leslie gets a warning flag, and that was obviously for an incident before he went into the Battenberg flag conditions.
How would you get a warning flag under a Battenberg?
Hey, that's something. You need to be very special. He's a very special boy to get that. No, that was for something beforehand. So, you know, we're just waiting and watching for the race to be given the signal to restart. Now, I can tell you, the start line marshal has got a green flag in their hands. The marshals by the bridge have taken the Battenberg flags away when Macaulay Bishop brings them out onto the start-finish line with 6 minutes of racing, which is still nearly the length of the heat race. Now the flags are green. We're back up and racing.
Good start then again with the restart from Bishop as they go under the bridge. You've got to remember, going through a driver's head, the tyres, they've had to keep warm all the way through this, but now over the bridge they go. Still Leo Robinson there in third. Cameron Pratt-Thompson holding on to third. Down the hill they go. Defensive goes Bishop. Pratt-Thompson takes the normal line as they go into the braking zone. Gets the switchover move, moves alongside and gets in front before the braking zone.
Yep, and so Leo Robinson had about 5 minutes to think about how he was going to make the move on Macaulay Bishop. Cameron Pratt-Thompson had the same amount of time to think about how he's going to make the move on Leo Robinson, and he made it. Bishop is starting to break away. There comes Taylor Orridge. Taylor Orridge passing Wes Swain. He is a man on a mission. Is number 66 Taylor Orridge. He's up into the top 5 after starting in the car park.
Out of the last corner, over the start-finish straight, less than 5 minutes to go, plus 1 lap. Round turn 1, again they go. Single file at the top. Robinson retakes second. Hobson follows as well in the number 6. Pratt-Thompson down to 4th as they go over the Litchfield Bridge. Down the hill they go for Mini X30. It's race 55 of the weekend. It's the Grand Prix final. And here they go. There is the 66 of Orridge. Down the inside, moves up now into P4.
Well, Macaulay Bishop, we haven't seen him look over his shoulder yet. He's going to keep his head down. He's got no one behind him, but he's going to focus. He's going to focus for a couple more laps. He'll see his dad Ian in the grandstand. His dad Ian will say how much of a gap he's got. And then he will know whether he needs to defend or not. We may see him look over his shoulder as he comes out of this final corner. Leo Robinson, Jack Hobson have got to work together. They're not teammates. It's Fusion Motorsport. It's MLC Motorsport. We see Bishop head down. He's focused. He's not looking behind him because he doesn't want to worry about what's going on behind him. He is razor sharp focused on the track in front of him, on the apex of every corner. His lead is 1.22 seconds, 3.5 minutes to go. Can the chasing pack close him down?
Let's find out.
Now he looks over his shoulder. Sorry, Anthony.
No, that's all right. Yeah, big look over the shoulder there. There goes Orange, though, on Hobson. Down the inside for third. The move is good and complete. Slots now into third place. There's comments on the stream going, Tay could win this. Oh, he very much could as they go around. 3 minutes to go, but that gap between Bishop and Robinson is over a second now.
Yep. Well, now Orange. Well, Taylor Orridge is now behind Leo Robinson. If any driver has got the pace, does Orridge go for P2? The adrenaline that must be coursing through his veins from 21st. He's now up to P3. Is he going to want to suddenly sit back and push, or is he going to want to attack? He's done nothing but attack, attack, attack this race. As a young driver, it's going to be very difficult for him to suddenly reset his mindset to just follow and work with the person in front of him. Or is he just going to go for it because he is all guns blazing? And do you know what, Anthony? They're closing in on Bishop. Bishop is getting reeled in. He looks over his shoulder again. Now, 2 times Macaulay Bishop has looked over his shoulder, and that is 2 times now in his head. He's thinking, they're catching me, they're catching me.
I think Orange is going to stay behind. Look, he's not lunged yet in these 2 hairpins. I reckon he's just going to sit behind Robinson and allow these 2 to work together. 8 wheels works better than 4, especially around PFI with the bump draft and the slipstream. Into Bobby Gain corner they go. The gap now only half a second from a second. It was a lap ago. 2 minutes left plus that 1 additional lap. Bishop is being reeled in, but Taylor Orridge has just received a 5-second time penalty. Oh no!
And does that go up on the start board? So he goes up on the big digital scoreboard, so we will know that now. Well, it's a case of push, Taylor, push and try and get a gap to those behind. But Leo Robinson, the Algerian starlet, is closing in on Macaulay Bishop. Bishop and Robinson are battling hammer and tongs. The British Championship, they're battling hammer and tongs here in the British Kartmasters Grand Prix. Robinson for Fusion Motorsport takes the lead.
It was a good move, well calculated, came from quite a way back. Now Orange is all over the back of Bishop. Bishop struggling with pace now. Defensive goes the treble 3 of Spanswick. Hobson gets through in the number 6 MLC cart and moves up a position. Good overtake, and here comes Spanswick once more.
And this is the battle for third place. It's 4th on the road, but it's 3rd because of Orange's penalty. It's Spanswick, Pratt, Thompson and Hobson, and Bishop is down to 3rd on the road. Orange has got in front of Macaulay Bishop. Robinson leads. Orange with the penalty running second. Bishop saying push, push, push. 45 seconds to go.
Here we go then. These 2 are going to have to work together despite the fact that Orange has got a penalty. He's still working hard to try and get to the front, because if he can break away and clear a 5-second gap, he may still have this.
And we've got a kart on the grass coming out of the banking. I think it may be, well, it's not, no, the street's still roared. I'm going to try who see that was. It was...
I think it was it the 86.
No, it's not Orange.
The 86, Thomas Cucurullo-Yeomans,
yes,
is falling
it was.
down the order. The Mad Croc Promotions driver, I believe, could be out of this race.
Yeah, out or either. So here we go. Down the back straight. 3 seconds to go. The clock strikes 0. Leo Robinson has got 1 and a bit laps to go before Kartmasters glory. What can Taylor Orridge do? What can Macaulay Bishop do? What can Eden Spanswick do? Robinson has checks over his shoulder. He has got a gap and he won't defend because he knows they're not close enough to attack.
Yeah, exactly that. Leo Robinson has got an over a second gap. Bishop goes down the inside of Orridge. Orridge goes wide, and the treble 3 of Spanswick goes through up into 3rd place. This has put this wide open because now Robinson has really opened up a gap. He's plain sailing all the way to the end of this lap.
Orridge goes in on Spanswick. Spanswick holding on to 3rd. Cameron Pratt Thompson now squeezing Orridge wide. Orridge up over the back of Pratt Thompson into the 2nd hairpin. Little bit of bumping and boring there, a territorial dispute. Here comes Hobson, but Anthony Jordan, Leo Robinson, the Anglo-Algerian driver, is about to become the first African born-based driver to win a Kartmasters title.
Out of the final corner now, one flag is yet to be seen, and it's the checkered flag for Leo Robinson. The GP plate goes to him, Bishop in second and Spanswick third.
Oh, it's a fantastic, fantastic win for the Fusion Motorsport team and Leo Robinson. Yesterday, Anthony said that Leo wasn't quite there. He was simply saving his best for last. Algiers, are you watching? Because Leo Robinson, who represents Algeria in the CIK Academy, who has got a huge amount of support from the Algerian Karting Federation, he has just won his first GP plate, second in the British Championship last year, leads the British Championship this year, and is your 2021 Kartmasters GP plate champion. Here comes Taylor Orridge. What a starring drive from Taylor Orridge from 21st. Well, he's got a 5-second penalty. He finished 4th on the road, and that 5-second penalty will drop him out of the top 10. Now we wait. The karts come to the nose cone line. They look down. Leo Robinson, a big beam on his smiling face. Oh, there's a nose cone penalty for Orridge by the looks of it, but that is just compounding his misery. Now Robinson onto the weighbridge. Has he met the minimum weight? Told to wait. Let the weight bridge settle. As you can't see this here at the circuit, we're watching it on the timing screens. Now the eyes of Leo Robinson. They're keeping him on that weighbridge for some time. And we're looking directly into the eyes of Leo Robinson. Now, if he's underweight, now we ran an awful lot of that race, Anthony, under the Battenberg flags. They wouldn't have burnt off that much fuel.
Yeah.
But and you can listen to the drivers chatting to each other. Thumbs up for Leo.
From Leo there.
He's looking to his left. That is where the digital scales are. Now, if they guide him right, coming out of the weighbridge, that means he's going onto the track. If they guide him straight forward, that means there's been a problem and he's going into scrutineering and there's been a penalty. Let's see, does he turn right or go straight? He turns right. Leo Robinson is confirmed as your Mini X30 GP plate champion. Who follows him through? That's the next quest, because there's Cameron Pratt-Thompson. Oh, Hobson has got, we know Orridge has a penalty. Hobson, who finished 5th on the road, has a nose cone penalty. Cameron Pratt-Thompson, who finished 6th on the road, and Macaulay Bishop. So Bishop in second, Pratt-Thompson is third. So Eden Spanswick, nose cone penalty. Taylor Orridge, time penalty. Jack Hobson, nose cone penalty. Cameron Pratt-Thompson in kart. Oh, sorry, Eden Spanswick in kart 333. Sorry, finished third on the road. He is finishing third there. It's Pratt-Thompson who had the penalty. Do apologise, but Leo Robinson is going to come out and chat to Chris McCarthy very shortly. Drama here in Mini X30. There is, well, an Anglo-Algerian driver takes the win and an Anglo-Moldovan driver in third. And Macaulay Bishop, Chris McCarthy is waiting with your top 3.
Well, here we are. Our top three have joined us down at the start-finish line. We'll let you take your crash helmets off, guys, and then we will have a chat with our winner, Leo Robinson, the first Algerian driver, the first African driver to win Kartmasters. Let's have a chat with you, Leo. Wow, how does that feel? It looks like at one stage you lost it, you had to close a big gap down, and then when you got through, did you win it, didn't you?
Yeah, I got held up by the other PMR driver. Then I managed to catch up to McCarthy and I managed to surprise him into the first hairpin.
It was a fantastic move, wasn't it? Were you planning that move or did you just go for it last minute?
Just go for it. I watched everybody else do it round the first hairpin and then I just did what they did.
And how did you find it within you to close that gap down and not give up?
It's in my head.
That's why you got the number 2 plate on, isn't it? But now you are a winner of Kartmasters. Tell me, how does that feel?
Yeah, it feels brilliant to be a winner of the Kartmasters.
And I'm sure you get a lot of support from Algeria as well, don't you? How does it feel to be able to win for those fans?
Yeah, it feels brilliant to be able to win for the Algerian fans. I get a lot of support from them.
And who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank Hassi Messaoud, my mum, my dad, my mechanic Sam, and everybody at Fusion Motorsport.
Well done. Leo Robinson is your winner in Mini X30. Let's give him a round of applause. Well done.